Welcome back to SmackDown Vs Raw 2006 General Manager Mode. I am your host, attackslug, trucking towards the next Raw pay-per-view, and we just re-signed like 10 people on the roster. It's a lot. We're down to $2 million in our starting cash now. Let's check on rivalries. We're good on everything. I'm going to stop doing all the thumbs down. Yes, there are no more thumbs downs here in the deals. We have our 6 solid rivalries, and then anything else besides that is just kind of inconsequential right now. But we also have a minorly injured Big Show. So looking here on the roster, on our fatigue levels, we don't want to work Big Show in a match today, but we can certainly have him ringside for a match against someone else. But also, Shawn Michaels should not work a match today, and also might need to be ringside. Randy Orton is not currently in a feud, so he's okay on that business. Randy can sit home. But what does Randy want, right? Hey, I'm tired of losing. I get it. And Shawn, what does he want? Tired of losing. Well, don't worry, Shawn. You won't lose this week because you're not going to be in a match this week. Big Show has a minor injury for 3 weeks, so he can technically work, but I'm just going to take it easy for at least this episode this week of the show. So besides that, everybody else is kind of doing okay, not terrible, if we work things normally and not go insane with these match stipulations. And my current champions are The Rock, the world's greatest tag team, John Cena and Paul London. I'm trying to get ready to win the belt back, and it's gone poorly thus far. Same thing with those tag team titles. Thus far, they're kind of on the back burner at the moment. So I might put them in a match today. Maybe. We'll see how it goes, depending on how many guys I have to actually spare for some of these things I have going on with this roster. So that being said, the preamble is done. Contract for London, we did that. Minor injury for Big Show, we did that. So go easy on it. So don't aggravate that injury. He's already got high fatigue. So I didn't actually look at my other potentially expiring deals. So I just did like 10 of these, and it shouldn't be that bad. But Big Show in 3 weeks. Also his injury for 3 weeks. Coincidence? Maybe. Anyhow, I can ignore 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. We'll get there when we get there, right? Let's get on with what we got to do here on the final SmackDown before Vengeance and Raw retaking the ratings lead, because that's kind of inevitable for the month of June. Let's go to old Ohio. And my voice is pretty shot today, so if I'm not as exuberant as usual, that's just my throat being a problem. So, the main event of our deals, first and foremost, we had to have our usual keeping The Rock and Stone Cold going, because it just keeps going. And I swear, this is going to be 6 weeks of this, and then he's going to come back, I'm going to have one match, and it's going to go thumbs down. I had that 9-week curse. It's been a problem. A serious problem. But in our main event of the evening, I do want to book some of our top tier talent, and I think that we should have, let's see here, who can I book that is way up there at the moment, that is in a feud, right? We can't book, The question is how. What if we had a guest referee? So, main event, guest referee in that matchup. Where is that option? There it is. So that's only a 1 fatigue because it's not an actual crazy stip. So regular, normal, singles, and it's going to be John Cena and Batista, and calling it right down the middle is William Regal. You can trust him. He's British. Anyhow, okay, so that one does that one. I'm going to say that's going to be non-title at this point. Match number 5, can we do our tag team business? Can we say, hey, those tag team titles, perhaps? So, tag team and Tornado, and we need Edge with Christian. So, Edge and Christian, once again, versus, yes, Haas, and versus Shelton Benjamin. And they should continue the Edge and Shelton feud, in theory. So that for the tag team titles, indeed. Now then, we need to book Big Show who's feuding with Chris Jericho, but we can't book the Big Show. So, it's going to be a singles with a manager, and it's going to be Chris Jericho taking on The Rock. Because we know that putting The Rock in a match, as long as you have that rivalry thing active, Rock can work matches. And in The Rock's corner will be The Big Show. Because why not? So Rock and Jericho, that one should be interesting. Continue. Getting The Rock on the card again, finally. Waiting for Austin. But meanwhile, we also have to book Mankind, but not Shawn Michaels. So again, we're going to do singles, we're going to do manager, and we're going to say, hey, what if we had Mankind in here, and Mankind has to fight a Booker. So Booker T, where you at? Is he already booked? Hold on. No, he's in the wrong position here. So move that, and then give me a Booker, and give me Shawn Michaels in that management role, and not increase his fatigue being a manager at ringside. So Mankind, Booker T with Shawn as manager. Then we have promo number 1. Let us do our merchandise sponsorship. We need the money on that. Buy the merch, buy the shirts. And we also have our Rey Mysterio deal. So we're going to say, what if we did a handicap match, a 1-on-2, and Paul London versus Rey Mysterio and his ex-rival, Scotty 2 Hottie. But that leaves match 1. And in terms of who I can still book here on this show, on this card, we can't book Randy Orton. His fatigue is too high. So if we can't book Randy, and everybody else is booked, so that's a problem. We gotta have perhaps a... I can bring guys in, but that seems unwise. I can work double duty. Who has the least amount of fatigue here on this card? So let's back out once again, check on the roster, and then say who is at the bottom of the barrel here. So Edge, Book, Scotty, Shelton, Steve, Regal. We can do Regal and Scotty to open the show, because if they get hurt, they aren't currently in feuds, and it's fine. And give us Regal and Scotty on that. So singles, regular, change superstar, William Regal, Scotty 2 Hottie, where you at? Scotty and Regal doing the dang thing. Okay, they're even on their pop, both at 44. It's just bad. So, the card. Scotty versus Regal opens the show. Then London versus Ray and Scotty. Then merchandise. Then Mankind versus Booker with Shawn in his corner. Chris Jericho versus The Rock with Big Show in his corner. Rock and Austin promo. World's Greatest Tag Team versus Edge and Christian for the tag team titles. And then Cena versus Batista with Regal as referee in the main event. I wanted a backstage brawl, but we're not there yet. And honestly, the last 2 times, those ruined feuds. So I'm kind of indifferent on that possibility. So let's lock in our sad little SmackDown here, because Raw is going to spank us in the ratings after Vengeance. And here we go. Scotty versus Regal. Simulate. Regal wins. London versus Ray and Scotty. Double duty here. And Ray and Scotty win the match. Mankind versus Booker T. What do we got? Booker T, with Shawn in his corner, beats Mankind. Jericho versus The Rock is going to be The Rock, with Big Show in his corner, beating Chris Jericho. World's Greatest Tag Team are no longer champions. It's back on to Edge and Christian, finally. And here we go. Cena, Batista, Regal as referee, non-title. The current reigning, defending U.S. champion once again, John Boy. He's here to do it. Ruthless aggression from John Cena. But walking through miles in the pit of danger, Big Dave Batista. The animal is ready to go and upset that John won his hard-fought U.S. title. But also, where's the machine gun pyro? Come on, video game. I know, perhaps he didn't have it yet. I've forgotten. Certain guys that should have pyro don't have pyro. Looking at you, Shawn Michaels. But Batista, Leviathan, if you will, an absolute specimen in this industry. Let's go. Come on now. The guest ref should get an entrance. I want to see Regal, not even wearing the shirt. Like, put on the ref shirt, do a little wave. Like, bruh, come on. Details. I love when games have details. When they ignore those details, it's just kind of like, alright, come on. A simple thing like having your guest ref wearing a ref shirt is kind of an important detail to have in a video game. But John Cena recognized in this matchup. Now, we know that there's history now in this game with Regal and Cena, because Regal pinned Cena in that handicap match. So will he call this straight down the middle? And will John Cena thoroughly and easily trounce Uranagi Batista? Because right now Cena is at just about getting to where he's at on his finish. And hopefully will actually do the FU and not the STFU. Maybe. We'll see. It's up in the air at this point, at this juncture in the matchup. Batista, though, ain't done. Fighting back. Doing it Big Dave style. And there it is. So John Cena. Here we go. Will we see an actual finish that's not his submission maneuver? Will we? We haven't yet in this gameplay series. And, oh no, the sneakers. Well, 2 finishers. He's got 2. There's the STF. He had one that he stored it. Then another one. Just the absolute domination of John Cena. Double finisher. Double freaking finisher, and that's a rope break. Like, come on, John. I get it. You're dominant. You are Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect. But you have an other finisher, Spine on the Pine. And he refuses to use it. He wants to tap out, and I don't know why. It's baffling. But Batista has felt the wrath thus far of Super Cena, who is just running straight through him. And hopefully, this feud continues successfully in this matchup. And so far, Regal going it right down the middle. Batista with the power and the backbreaker. Okay, fighting back a bit here is Big Dave. I can appreciate that. But please, I don't want to see the STFU versus the Batista bite. Like, can we just get some regular, like, Batista bombs and FUs and those kinds of things to have a fun thumbnail at least? You know, give me something. Give me something. Big boot from Big Dave. The animal is unleashed again with that big boot. It's wild. It's wild. And the elbow drop to John Cena. So far, it's back to being pretty even here on the damage done to these top-tier competitors. But will Batista get to finish and hit that Batista bomb? And is that enough to finish the matchup? Right now, it's just constant elbow drops. And finally, Cena in the orange now is fighting back. Doing his dang thing. But Batista, nope, stopped him. The yay, the boo, the arm wrench. And flips him. Regal colonies right there. Sees exactly what's happening here. And John Cena downstairs. Batista has Cena in the red. A shocking turnabout from how this match began. Is that enough? And it is. Batista, in a non-title affair, defeats the current reigning, defending U.S. champion. And Batista now wants his shot. He wants that title back. Does Big Dave. Alright. He walks alone. Now then, the question is that just how badly did Vengeance spank me in these ratings? I'm going to assume badly. Badly. Fan change Raw. 225,000. Raw got a 3-star deal. And SmackDown did 2.5. Man. Okay. Raw, 5.1 million. SmackDown, 4.8 million. The tables have turned. Again, we build towards our next pay-per-view. And let's check on the reports. Let's check on the fan support. Yeah, just crisscrossed, applesauced. Once again, as we head towards Madison, Wisconsin. Raw, 2, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, and 3.5. And SmackDown is 1.5, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 2, and then 3. So, all right, we are rebuilding. What does the calendar say? Wait, where's the? I don't get to see their ratings on pay-per-view. We passed Vengeance because next up is the Great American Bash, and that is at the end of the month here, and that is SmackDown. So, what happened with Vengeance? I don't even... Hold on. I can't see my stuff. I can only see their stuff. Weird. But okay. Here's hoping I can spike things again with our next premium live event. And in the SmackDowns in between, gain some ground on these freaking SmackDowns. Like, somehow, some way, it's ridiculous. But also, rivalries. We're good. We're good. We're bad. That's why it was 2 stars. But okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. And, alright, so we must replace Edge versus Shelton Benjamin and get in a new tag team feud, perhaps, with Edge Christian versus somebody else that's not Shelton and Haas. Please stop killing our ratings. Perhaps a Randy Orton and Booker T tag team could happen on the show. Now, some folks are saying, what about the free agents? Who's in here? And it's like, in terms of popularity, not a whole lot. It's all under 50. So, yeah, it's not super... I mean, look, I can get Tajiri, but he's 35. So, Snitsky, I don't want Snitsky. It's not his fault, but I don't want him. Spike, you know, maybe to lose to Ray. And myself, I'm at 20, bro. 20. It's a sad state of affairs. So, that being said, current champions, Rock, Edge Christian, John Cena, and Paul London are the champions. And that is our show for today, tomorrow, to finish up our week in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.